Mm, I just love me some red wine. Mm. Red wine and a live show. Is there anything better? You guys can't see off camera, but I'm watching Wonder Woman 1984. Fantastic looking girl. I mean film and girl. I am watching Wonder Woman 1984 because I never saw the whole film. Kind of a stupid story, but fun to watch if you know what I mean. Welcome to this Comments Corner for this Wednesday evening. Comments Corner, excuse me, is when I take some of your comments and comment about your comments. I haven't done this in quite a while, but I had some time tonight. Some time as I drink some more wine and doing laundry. The next live show podcast will probably be Sunday morning. Just to let you guys know, we did one last Sunday morning. Quite a few of you, it seemed, jumped on who wouldn't normally get a chance to say hello, and that was fun. So let's do it again this Sunday morning around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, my time, or New York time. So if you haven't already, subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss another fantastic, live, entertaining show. At least I hope they're entertaining. All right, so this is going to be a comments corner, as I stated. If anybody is out there in the chat, wants to say hello, when I'm done with the comments, I'll go back into the chat and I'll comment on some of the comments here in the chat room. But for now, let me bring up some of your comments during this past few days. I won't go through all of them. It would take all night. So, okay, let me split screen here. All right, that's better. All right. Okay, let's start with the first one here on my screen. This is from Sarath. I hope I say that right. He says, I think this is great. Yes, the Linux desktop is fragmented, but then there is not much fragmentation in usable major modern desktops for Linux. Interesting perspective. I think the problem with Gnome is that it's so slow to realize just what people want. Gnome 3 or Gnome Shell has been in development now for 10 years. Yeah, it is kind of slow in more ways than one. And they just think within their circles with their own views on desktop, completely ignoring how most people use their desktop when they are a major desktop environment. GNOME is really simple and KDE is really too much customizable. Maybe GNOME is too simple. We need something in the middle ground. Many people find Cinnamon as their home due to this. Cinnamon is good. I am really looking forward to how System 76 will approach this. I don't hate GNOME or anything, but I too find Windows 11 faster and more user-friendly than what GNOME is having. And there's some more comments here. Thank you, Sarath, for the comments. In my tests on a 10-year-old Lenovo PC, dual boot, with the original hard disk drive, not an SSD, Windows 11 blows GNOME away completely in speed, user friendliness. It's just faster than that form of Linux. It just is. Am I surprised? Yeah. Am I stunned? Pretty much. But it just works. Windows 11 is much more user-friendly, faster, and functional than plain vanilla GNOME. It just is. And you know, when you take any favorite Linux-based system that you like, whether it's based on Arch or Ubuntu, install the GNOME desktop and tell me what happens. Install the extensions to make it more user-friendly and tell me what happens. You'll be begging to go back to Windows, in my opinion. But that's just me. All right, another sip of wine. I'm looking at the ticker feed about Facebook. Ouch. But that's another story. This is from Paul. He says, thanks for this. When we occasionally observe that Windows is faster than Linux, I say give it 6 months. Yes, in 6 months, I completely agree that Windows 11 will still be faster than Linux. I think Paul is referring to wait for the updates to possibly slow down or crash Windows 11. That is certainly possible. It may happen. It's too early to tell. But in my brief tests of Windows 11 full install on a 10-year-old Western Digital hard disk drive, it is faster than Linux. I probably should install an SSD in that thing, but it's only a test machine. So, Paul, thank you for the comment. This is from Stan. Stan the man says, I'm really at a loss why so many desktop projects base themselves on a GNOME stack, which is well known in regard to its disdain for downstream. Rather than reinventing the wheel, they should base the new desktop on KDE. Okay. KDE will probably be more functional, user-friendly for beginners than standard GNOME. The Plasma desktop looks cool, but maybe it's too much for beginners. But if all we had was GNOME or Plasma, KDE based, I would probably take KDE. All things considered. All right. And Anita. This one's for the ladies up north in Canada. I think you're from Canada. Oh, Canada. Welcome. Anna actually had multiple comments, but I took the shorter one. So in other words, you prefer Windows 11 over Linux. Oh my God. What is in your red wine there, Toss? I think what is in my wine is Ubuntu Mate. Cheers. Because even if Ubuntu Vanilla GNOME is bad, which it is, I would never recommend Windows 11 to replace. But now wait a minute. If Ubuntu Vanilla GNOME is bad, and you still could never recommend Windows 11, which is faster and more user-friendly, why? I would just recommend another Linux distro. Okay, that implements the GNOME desktop environment better, like Pop! OS or even Zorin. Fair enough. But okay, my friend, you're entitled to your own opinion. But oh my God, I'm still in shock. Okay, that is no more red wine for you. Not tonight. By the way, I'm on a new whiskey diet. I just lost 3 days. This is from I Am So Awesome. He says, na 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 na, na 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 na, hey hey, goodbye GNOME and good riddance. That's him saying it, not me. I'd be good with that if GNOME went away. Jeff says, every time I see a distro review with GNOME, it makes me glad I use Mate. I'll drink to that. Linux Addict says, great update, referring to the System 76 news, where one of the engineers tipped us off to the fact that they are working on a new desktop environment, I guess to replace GNOME. Good for them. Okay, one more, then I'll go into your comments. From our good friend Ron from Canada. Ron had a question how to do a clean install of Windows 11 on a quote-unquote incompatible PC. It's on their website. It's on the Microsoft website on how to do it. I believe it's a registry hack, Ron. Yeah, check the Microsoft website. Excuse me, so you won't get that message saying that you don't have TPM 2.0 installed or something like that. But it's on the website, and it seems to work. It's not recommended for an everyday production machine, But if you have a spare machine just to test it out, so far it works for me. But to do a clean install of Windows 11 on an unofficially supported Microsoft PC, yeah, it's on their website. I believe it is a registry hack. I don't have all that memorized. Sorry about that. It did take quite a long time to install Windows 11. Took about 3 hours, but then again, I have the original hard disk drive from 10 years ago, so that is way slower than an SSD. Let me go here into the chat and see who's here. Lamer's in the house. Welcome. Tim. This is for Tim, who bought me a case of wine. Well, almost a case of wine. Cheers, my friend. Tim says, hello, Toss, and everyone. You know where I stand on Windows sacrilege. Fair enough. Linux for the win. Completely agree. But I have to be fair. You know me. I try to see both sides. Windows 11 is faster than GNOME Linux, and it's better and more easier to use. It just is. Doesn't mean you have to use it. Tim likes XFC and Fluxbox. Fluxbox, this hasn't been too much talk on Fluxbox lately. That's very, very lightweight. I mean, super fast. But I don't think Fluxbox is for beginners. The last time I took a look at the Fluxbox desktop environment, so Unity was probably the last great Ubuntu. 2016, I believe. I had Ubuntu Unity installed on 2 machines. Loved it. Then they switched to Gnome, and it's just not my favorite desktop environment. It just isn't. I don't know what else to say. So if you haven't already tried Windows 11 as opposed to Gnome Linux, just stick with Windows 11. Razor in the house. Sup? You're in the pub at the Mo drinking. All right, JD for you. Well, cheers, my friend. 3 hours to install. Oh boy. The install process took longer for Windows 11 than it does Linux, but then again, I have a 10-year-old original hard disk drive. So I got a feeling if I had an SSD, I could probably cut that time by 2/3. So it is what it is. But again, it's just a test machine. So I may I may jump on Amazon and see if they had any deals on an SSD. I don't need a big one. Probably a 240 gigabyte SSD is probably all I need for testing purposes there, Tim. But maybe I should look at that and just install it on my Lenovo. And I'll make Windows 11 even faster. So, yeah. Anyway. Lamer wants to take a break on Linux and switching over to Windows Linux right now. There's a lot of drama going on. Don't know if there's a lot of drama. Just stay away from Gnome. You should be okay. Tim says updates shoot me. Well, so far Windows 11 updates have not done any damage to Windows 11 at all. So far. It's still early. I will not be buying a new machine with Windows 11 pre-installed yet. I'll probably wait a year or maybe 6 months. But I think Windows 11 is going to be the best Windows since Windows 7 in my opinion. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. So, anyway. By the way, to all the Linux developers over the years who've tried to make Linux more user-friendly, this is for you. Cheers to you. All of you. All right. All right, I'll stick around a little bit longer. If anybody new is out there watching, has a question or wants to say hello, please do. I think I just heard my dryer just stopped, so I'll have to get the clothes out here soon. But if you have a question, if you're watching, say hello. Or if you watch this on the replay, you can post a question. Maybe one of us can answer it. If you haven't already subscribed, this is how you'll know when I am on live. I don't usually have a live schedule. Maybe 2022, we'll see. So subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when I am on. You can ask your question. These live shows are made possible in part by you. The live shows are impossible if you don't contribute. So if you can't contribute, there are links below in the show notes for Patreon and PayPal. Of course, Super Chat. And again, I'll be live again Sunday morning around 8:30ish a.m. my time, New York time. Okay? Farron OS is in the house. Greetings, my friend. Razor says, just use whatever and ignore everyone. Use what works. Period. But I've always said that. Yikes, the drama Gnome developers have been causing lately is absurd. I saw the link that you posted this morning. Thank you, Farron. I wouldn't read too much into that, into all of that. It's just one of those things where I'm not the only one saying that playing Gnome just doesn't make sense out of the box. You know, to make Gnome user-friendly, you have to install extensions, which can break the desktop. That's why I don't like it. I got to turn down Wonder Woman 1984. She's kicking ass now. I wonder if she has a sister that's single. But that's another story. It makes me wonder why Gnome even has a platform anymore when they consistently enable toxicity, dust drama. I really can't speak for that, Farron, here. But look, give it a shot. Try Pop OS, try Zorn OS, the best versions of GNOME Desktop, and see what you think. But I'm telling you, Windows 11 is going to be better. It is what it is. Yeah, Tim says use what works for you comfortably. Completely agree. The ticker reader at the top that you see is TICKR. If you are interested, I'm running Ubuntu Mate for this evening. And that's how I get some of my news articles, besides a Linux app on my phone. So it's all I'm going to say as far as GNOME. It's been in development. It was born, the current GNOME shell was born 10 years ago, about the same time Unity came out. I don't get it. I try to be fair, I try to be reasonable, I am patient, but at some point, look, if this was Windows 11, like instead of GNOME, or Windows 11 took the GNOME approach, we would be lambasting Windows 11, but I won't do that with GNOME. So all I can say is try it. Yeah, Pop is planning to make their own DE and Rust, yeah. Razor is back to the drinks. All right, get back to the drinks. Cheers. Don't drink and drive. I'll find out. Yeah, I'm curious to see, Farron, how when System 76 comes out with their new desktop, I would say give it at least 6 months, maybe more than that. But yeah, System 76's Pop OS is pretty good GNOME flavor. Tim says beer time. Yes, you run the GNOME desktop, you need lots of beers. I know, Farron. I know. I don't know. I've been patient enough with GNOME, so yeah. I can't use it every day. Even my favorite Zorn OS, which is great, Zorn OS 16, I don't think it's something I could use every day. It's not Zorn. It's just a desktop environment. So anyway. All right, let's give this another 5 minutes and then we'll wrap this up. I need to tend to my laundry. Again, if you watch this on the replay, if you have a question or comment, post them in the comments below, and I will try to answer that question if you have a question. Again, I will probably be live again Sunday morning, 8:30 in the morning, New York time. We'll do another little chat. People are definitely humans, yes. And humans like to keep things simple, easy, less stress, less Motrin. All right? Right, Farron? Of course. Wonder Woman is fighting another girl on Wonder Woman 1984. What's her name? Cheetah. Is that the character? I don't follow this Marvel stuff. Yeah, I think the bad girl's name is Cheetah. Anyway, have you guys seen Wonder Woman 1984? I think I like the first one better. So, is there anything else for this evening before we wrap it up? Again, if you missed any of this, you could just go ahead and replay this for this comments corner where I comment on some of your comments. I'm looking at the ticker feed. 10 cool command line apps for Ubuntu. That's interesting. GNOME 41.1 has been released. Oh, joy. Lamer's on Budgie. Solid Budgie. Okay. I looked at Budgie once or twice. It's okay. It feels a little bit like GNOME. Yeah. Yeah, Budgie is okay. I still like Mate. Yeah, I just like the simplicity of the desktop, and it works the way it should, so yeah. Oh, Wonder Woman is almost knocked out. She's bleeding. Oh no! She's still cute. All right, is there anything else? If not, then I'll probably catch you guys, hopefully some of you or somebody new, maybe catch somebody new Sunday morning from around the world. On that note, guys, whatever you do or whatever you use, have fun with it. Make it unique, make it yours. Again, with Linux, you do have choices, so have fun with whatever you use. Make life easier for yourself. So, Tim says, got more winter cleaning and getting the house ready for it. Always behind. Oh, cleaning. Tim, cleaning is a 24-hour job. Ain't that the truth, my friend? So, yeah. On that note, I'll catch you on the next one. Arrivederci. Take care.